Peace in, folks. How you doing? Use the force, positive mental attitude. You know how we do. So, oh man, I've been mixing vocals all day, and all I've got going around in my head is the hook. I sat here for a bit and silenced my mind out a bit, and what am I going to say? And this hook just keeps coming back into my mind. It's just there. You watch it go out of my head now. Now I'm going to tell you what it is. It's when we stand together, we are free. We are all much stronger than we think we are. Before we stand together, we must be aware of our own strength and who we think, not who, aware of our own strength, not who we think we are. When we stand together, we are free. We are all much stronger than we think we are. Before we stand together, we must be aware of our own self, not who we think we are. Right? Because I just think this. Aware, conscious people make much better choices. They're much more selfless, much more thoughtful, much more kind, much more considerate, more compassionate, right? But strong with it. It's not, kindness is not a weakness. Far from it. Far from it, you know. And I think, I feel, I believe that for a true revolution, for a true change, for true growth, we need to get inside ourselves, find our own bullshit, keep an eye on our own bullshit. Check myself all the time, making sure my ego's not fucking busting off too much, but enough. You know, and just generally, you know, keeping a track of myself and making sure I'm not going off the deep end, or I'm not fucking, you know, going to too many extremes, you know. That said, you know, I do like to experience the full range of emotion and feeling, so there's got to be some extreme in there, right? It's part of balance. You can't it's, you know, it's deep. But I feel that the more of us that check ourselves, that check the world around us, and check ourselves so that we're not just getting into false information, you know, I think that creates the change that personally I want to see. And I've just got to shout out my mate Ed Higgins, right? Wounded Souls on Instagram. Go and check him out. He's putting out some good content, and some great content, in fact. And you know, thank you for sharing and caring, Ed. I think you're a legend, buddy, absolute legend. So again, thank you, mate. I thought, you know, he's just doing this little run of videos at the moment, which is one of the points I keep trying to hammer home, which is I mean, it's quite a wider point, but just to chuck everything into my words and you know, just pull some inspiration from him today, thank you, Ed, is it really is like no leaders, right? And his whole thing is sort of deeper and different. As I said, I'm speaking me, right? But go check him out. Go and check him out. Wounded Souls Instagram. Go and do it. Right, I think I've said the right name. I hope so. Anyway, let's get on with it. There's a lot of people, right? I speak out, right? But when you listen to what I'm saying, I don't say do what I'm telling you, other than getting it. Getting what? Awareness, of course. You know how we do. Right, we've got to get awareness. That's about the only thing I'm telling anyone to do, is to get self-aware. right? Past that, the rule book's yours, right? You're your best teacher, right? And this is like what Ed was saying, what I've said, what many people that are, or at least I say many people, not so many people are actually saying this, to be fair. Not that I see. No masters, no leaders, no gurus, no, I'm at the top, I'm at the pinnacle. Fuck no, you're not. No, you're not. If you think you're at the top of your game, you've just reached a new level and you're at the bottom of a level, right? You may have just leveled up from where you were yesterday or last week or last year, but if you suddenly think you're a master, if you suddenly think you know it all, if you think you're the top dog, chiggity check yourself before you riggedy wreck yourself. Do you know what I'm saying? Real talk, man. It's very easy to get caught in that way of being, if you're, like in academia, there is master's degree. I fundamentally don't like the word, so I get in the context it's reached a certain level of learning, right? Definitely not knowledge, but learning. I don't like it. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think it's healthy. I don't think anything about the word master is healthy at all. So I think that, quite frankly. So slightly lost my thread there, but hey ho, that's the way it goes. We're a little bit here, a little bit there, a little bit way, a little bit woe. You know how we go. But checking yourself and checking those around you, checking your ego and checking the ego of those around you, it's a healthy thing to do. It's not judgment, and it is where I found I had to be careful. Was, am I observing or am I judging? And once you really start to focus into that, like, what am I doing here? Am I observing and learning, or am I judging? You'll very quickly start getting the different feelings. You know when you're casting judgment and you're like, fuck, I was just judging that person, bugger, It happens. I find myself doing it. I'm struggling with the whole COVID thing and everyone with their fucking masks and their glares at me, and I find myself on the other end of it. Seeing someone in a bloody mask walking down the pavement, and I'm just like, oh mate, that's not good. That's not good for many reasons. But sometimes this instant pop-up comes in my head and it's just like, fucking dickhead wearing a fucking don't they know blah, and I'm like, John, what are you doing here? And I have to check myself, and I'm like, mate, A, you don't know that person's situation. They could have a justified reason for wearing the mask. Didn't see so much of that before lockdown, so I don't know. Mainly I just believe it's due, I'd say probably 95% of people that are wearing masks don't have a justified reason to wear it, other than the fear they've been given by the media, by the government, right, that are hiding all the medical health professionals that are speaking out. They're not talking about the, I don't have all the facts and figures, so I can't rant too much about it. But it just seems like a crock of shit. And my brain's not firing on full cylinders today. As I said, I've just been heavy in mixing, and I'm making excuses for myself. But it is what it is. I feel quite foggy. Not foggy. It just it sucks it out of me. Mixing, it's a lot of attention, and using the old ears. But there's plenty of people that have been speaking out about COVID, right? health professionals. I shared something the other day on my Facebook page, and there's so much more. It's, you know, it seems like it just feels like controlled, and I'm not up for it at all. I'm not up for it at all. I say fuck off. I say I'm getting my fucking fork out and fuck them motherfuckers. Yeah, absolutely. I did say I'm not all love and light, didn't I? I'm like, no. No, I'm not having it. And okay, here's something I came across earlier, like just before I come on to make this video, was forced testing on COVID up in like Leicester or something. Now I haven't literally. I'm a part of a page called a group called Save Our Rights UK. Woman called Louise, I think, started it, and they've been making quite a lot of moves. I'm not fully involved in it because I until I see the level of awareness that people have fully, I don't tend to get too involved, because I don't want to invest myself and then find that I'm surrounded by people that aren't really being self-aware, aren't really being mindful, aren't really being thoughtful, aren't really being heartful. You know, I'm not interested in joining in and getting publicly active with people that aren't on a certain level. So I hold back. I'm not slating them. I've just said go and check them out. I think they're fucking brilliant. I think the woman who's running it is doing loads of things. Anyway, she's started a website to help communities because she was saying up in Leicester, I think there was a case where the police basically have been knocking on doors and forcing testing or something. I have not looked into this at all. I have no information. But the point is, I think it's going to be pretty obvious, really, isn't it? You know, old Bill knocking on the door, forced testing. Where's freedom? Where's freedom? Where's freedom? Because where's all the dead people? Where's all the dead people on your news feed? If COVID was this bad, where's all the fucking dead people? Where's all the dead people? Where are they? Because I don't know anyone that knows anyone. I don't know anyone. I don't know anyone who knows anyone that knows anyone. Right? It's people that were in hospital, that were already ill, that were already dying. And anyone who's daring to go to fucking hospital at the moment, I'd rather fucking die, they're going to get tested for COVID. Right? It's a fucking scam. I'm sorry, but it's another Ebola. It's another Ebola, isn't it? But they're trying to really fucking get the grinding on it, and they've done really well. If this was the 60s or 70s, we'd have all fucking linked up together by now, and we'd be out in the streets fucking having it. You know. So, fuck no, hell no, and no. Let's get a few no's up in the building. Right, let's get a few let's stand up for our rights up in the building. Let's get some, we need to keep rights and get more. You know, we need a real democracy, not the fake one we have. Do you know what I'm saying? You know, look, you get your local vote, right? Once you vote for your local councillor, your democracy's gone now until whoever gets filtered through, right, and the internal people choose who they want to put forward for us to vote on. That's when we then get some form of democracy to choose who they've offered us, right? So they've said, well, you can choose between these 4 people from these 4 parties. Pick one. That's a democracy. No, it's not. That's not a democracy at all. There's nothing democratic about our political system. So anyway, I'm going to bin it off and say that's 15 minutes coming up. Use the force, positive mental attitude, be calm with your thoughts and keep loving your hearts, and let's cause a fucking storm. Peace in.